Hey guys, Coach Pippin here from Pippin Performance, and welcome to the Fit Project, your weekly workouts designed to help you be strong, be mobile. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel below to get the latest workouts as they're posted. Today we're going to get you ready for the pool. I have my friend John here with me today, who is always prepared for the water. Swimming requires a lot of upper back, shoulder, and hip strength in order to propel ourselves through the water. So today we're going to get ready to fire those guys up. The equipment needed for this workout is a bench, medicine ball, resistance band, dumbbells, and a mini band. Today's workout includes loaded thoracic extensions, level 1 bind, push-up plank, calf raises, incline rows, supine hip extensions, V-downs, and banded external shoulder rotation. All right guys, you ready to get going? Let's get on the ground. We're going to start right here on the edge of the floor, right here with our back up against the bench. So we're going to get into loaded thoracic extension. So we're going to take a little blue block here. We're going to squeeze that between the knees. This is going to help us create more tension. So now we're going to give the ball to John. He's going to bear hug. And what the first thing we're going to do is we're going to try to extend our upper back. So this isn't a whole spine move. It's really just an upper back move. So wherever the bench is hitting you, that's where you're going to really try to hinge at. So he's going to tuck his chin a little bit. He's going to squeeze the ball. He's going to squeeze the block. And he's going to slowly extend only at the spot that hits the bench. He's going to pause. And then he's going to come back down, squeeze again. We're going to get for 9 more for a total of 10. So you can change your angle of what you're doing here. What that means is you can scoot back a little bit for the next set, and it's going to hit you a little bit different spot on that upper back. But wherever it's hitting, that's where you're trying to hinge at. So why are we doing this exercise for swimming? Because in swimming, we need to be able to extend that thoracic, and we start to get those arms over. If you're not able to thoracically extend, your shoulders are going to get chewed up very, very quickly. We're always to be breathing with this. Squeeze that block and squeeze that ball. It's going to allow you to have a little bit more range of motion, make the nervous system feel nice and safe. Let's go. Let's get 2 more here, John. Looks good. You'll notice he's not moving a lot. He actually has a pretty mobile upper back. You're not going to move a whole lot. The first couple times you do that, you're lucky if you're going to move 10 degrees. Excellent. Let's put that ball on the ground. Let's sit on the mat to your left. And now we're going to get into our level 1 bind. So we're going to sit on the ground. Looks good. We're going to take, let's go ahead and switch those up. We're going to take the left foot, put it over the right knee. We're going to take the left arm back and behind us. Take this right arm and we're going to cross on over. So we're going to sit up really, really tall. Create a lot of length in that spine. Pack and stack that shoulder. Eyes look wherever the sternum is. And now we're going to hold for 30 seconds. So the biggest keys here is 1, creating length in that spine. We want to be able to rotate, not tilt. All link, link, link. Other things, you want to make sure both sit bones are on the ground. So those 2 bones right at the bottom of your butt cheeks. If both sit bones are on the ground, take your foot over and just put it on the other side of the leg with the foot on the inside of that right knee. We want to create as much rotation as we can, but we got to make sure we can still breathe here. Still breathing, still breathing. Let's take 2 more really big breaths, John. That'll put us at 30 seconds. Looks good, looks good. And slowly come on out. Release the arm, release the foot. All right, let's reset. Let's go right foot over the left knee. So we'll go on that other side. Right arm goes back and behind, and left arm coming across. Create length in that spine, don't rotate, and let's sit in that nice stretch for 30 seconds. So we need to be able to rotate. Just like we talked about with the spine being able to extend, the upper back needs to also be able to rotate. That's how we really start to propel ourselves through that water. Nice and smooth, keep breathing. If you can't take a deep breath here, you need to back off a little bit, whether that's pull the hand around a little bit closer to the hip instead of being behind. Whatever you got to do, just make sure you can breathe. If you can't breathe, you have no business being in that position. Good, looks good. Foot's nice and tall. From this position, see if you can pull that right knee a little bit closer to the midline. We get a bigger stretch in that hip. Looks good. When we go to our second round, you should have a little bit more room to play with because we're going to really light those abs up with the next thing. So right now, just kind of feel what's going on and use it as kind of compare and contrast for your next set. Keep breathing, shoulder down. Let's go 1 more really big breath. And come on, relax. All right, so now we're going to get into a push-up plank. So we're going to have John flip over. We're going to lay face down and we're going to assume a push-up position. So we're going to get on our hands. We're going to drive up into that push-up. So we're going to hold this position, feet close together, if not touching. Now, what we're going to do here is 3 by 10 seconds. So right now, he's kind of technically relaxed. What we're going to do is we're going to try to drag feet to hands, hands to feet without them actually moving. all while squeezing our butt and bracing our abs. So we're gonna start here in 3, 2, 1, engage everything for 10, 9, keep trying to pull those feet and hands together, 7, 6, squeeze your butt, 5, 4, 3, 2, we're gonna relax the tension, and now we're gonna engage. Go, 10, 9, 8, keep trying to pull everything together, everything should be lightened up, 6, 5, keep breathing, 4, 3, 2, relax for a second, and last one guys, engage, good, 10, 9, keep squeezing, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and relax completely. All right guys, we're gonna go back to that loaded thoracic extension. So sit back on the edge of the bench. Let's scoot back a little bit further this time. So this time the bench is gonna be a little bit lower on us. Take our blue block, and let's hug that ball. We're gonna get 10 again, guys. So irradiate, squeeze that blue block, tug that ball, and now slowly try to hinge only at that spot. So if you start to feel this down in your lower back down here, that means you are going way too far. You should basically feel this right where the bench is or your chair and kind of running up the top of the spine. Looks good. Remember, it's not a big movement, guys. I mean, maybe 10, 15, 20 degrees at the most. The more you squeeze that block, keep squeezing really tight. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Looks good, looks good. Another thing here is try not to let your head be the driver. Whatever distance your chin is away from that ball, try to keep it that way the whole entire time so you're not kind of like extending your neck. You really just want to really get that upper back kind of thoracic region really mobilized. Keep breathing. Looks good, looks good. And let's get 2 more. So the higher the bench is though, the less move you're going to have. So right now the bench is pretty low, it's almost at the very bottom of the thoracic, so it's got a lot more range here, that's totally fine. But as we start to go up here, it's not going to be able to move all that much. And relax, good job, John. So let's go ahead and lay back on the mat. We're going to get down to that bind with the foot crossed over. So now we got kind of everything ramped up. Let's see if you can get a little bit more range. So let's go right foot over. We're going to take the right arm back over this way and left arm facing toward me. So that left arm is going to cross over that right knee. Create tension, get tall, 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 and let's hold for 30 seconds. Let's do a quick check-in. Is our right scapula nice and down and back and protected? That's going to create length between our shoulder and our ear, creating more length in that spine. Now we want to think about trying to pull that right knee in toward the midline so we get that right hip turned on. Right glute's going to get nice and open. So there's a lot of tension happening right here. It looks like he's just resting. He's really trying to be active. He's breathing. His nervous system's all ramped up. Everything looks good. Looks good. Let's get 2 more big breaths. Good, and 1 more. And excellent. All right, slowly come out of this. Arm goes across, foot untucks. Let's cross it back up. So left arm's going to go behind, right foot's going to go on the outside, or left foot's going to go on the outside of the right knee. Create length, pack and stack, and let's hold for 30 seconds. See if you can pull that left knee a little bit more toward the midline. Get that leg engaged. Looks good, looks good. Right now, his eyes are directly where his sternum is looking. Don't try to crank more with your head. It doesn't do you any good. We're trying to really open up this thoracic rotation. The more rotation we get, the better leverage we're going to get in that pull. Looks good. Keep the foot straight up to the ceiling. And we're trying to create as much tension from toes to nose here, guys. Just like we do when we get into our plank. The elbows nice and locked. Looks good. Let's get 2 more breaths. Keep breathing, keep breathing. Big breath. And exhale. All right, slowly come out. Let's get back to that push-up plank. So right now, heart rate should be elevated a little bit, body shaking a little bit. Everything's turned on, ready to go. So once again, 3 by 10 seconds here. Nice engaged, and let's go. Engage, 10, 9, 8, squeeze your butt, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Relax a second, and engage. Go, drag hands to feet, feet to hands. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Relax. All right, last one, engage, go, 10, 9, breathe, 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 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and relax. All right, so now everything's nice and woke up. Now we're gonna get to the next part of the workout. So we're gonna adjust this bench, and we're gonna get to our calf raises. We're gonna have John sit at the edge of the bench. Fingertips are just gonna be there more as a balance type thing. You don't really wanna use it to push off. We're gonna try to keep our heels pretty close together. Now we're gonna drive through our toes and get our heels as high as we can. We're gonna hold, and we're gonna go down nice and smooth. So since we have this yoga block handy, we're gonna wedge this in between our heels. So pull your feet a little bit closer together. Squeeze that block, and now we're gonna come up and hold. We're gonna get 20 here, guys. So the reason for the block is we really don't want those heels to spread. Everything should move nice in straight lines. So if you look down and all of a sudden your heels are outside your feet, throw the block in there, throw a towel in there, whatever you got handy, just use it. So why are we doing calf raises for swimming? So when we're in the water, we're having to sit there and dorsiflex and plantar flex, which is pretty much just moving my foot back and forth. You'll be shocked how quickly your calves start to get tired there. So we got to really build up resiliency in that tissue. Squeeze that block. Let's get 8 more, John. Good. We're keeping nice tall, everything's nice and long. We're not sticking our butt out or anything. Abs and butt are engaged. Good, let's get 4 more. And 2. And last one, let's get as high as we can, rolling those calves, and down nice and smooth. John, go ahead and come around on this side. So now we're gonna get to incline rows. So we gotta do something to kind of build up the tissue around the upper back. So I like incline rows, it's simple, it's safe. We're gonna have John scoot so the top of your sternum is at the top of this bench. We're gonna grab the dumbbells. So I like to do what's called a gun grip. What that means is you take your index finger off. When you do this, you use less of this to do the pulling. We're now gonna use this guy. So we're going to tuck our pelvis so our butt's nice and engaged. We're gonna pinch our shoulder blades together a little bit, head's nice and straight, and now we're just gonna drive our elbows straight up to the ceiling. Hold, and then down nice and controlled, and we're gonna do this for 10 reps. So another good thing about putting the bench in between you and the dumbbells is that you're less likely to cheat. We've all done a bent over row with our arm here. You get a whole lot of movement going. This really isolates here. If you've ever had any back problems before, this is a really easy way to get your back strong. Nice and smooth. Let's get 3 more, John. Good, 2 more. Good, 1 more, let's come up and hold. We're gonna hold, we're gonna squeeze everything right here. That's really what we're trying to attack. And down nice and slow. All right, put those dumbbells down. Go ahead and come on up for me. So now we're gonna get into supine hip extensions. So this is all about trying to train the entire backside. So we're gonna have John come on this side. Butt's gonna go here, head's gonna go there. You're gonna take your bench, chair, whatever you got. Watch fingertips. All right, feet are gonna go up on the bench. We're gonna bring our feet pretty close together. So right now we want to tuck our chin, take our fingertips, reach toward our feet so our shoulder blades are nice and down. We're going to pelvic tilt, and now we're going to drive our heels into the ground to get our butt up off the ground. We're gonna hold right there. So at first this looks very, very simple. It is not. There's a lot of tension going on. He's having to engage everything on his backside, especially his glutes. So now we're gonna do 9 more. We're gonna go down slow, touch the ground, make sure pelvis is tucked, and then drive right back up. And let's get 10 total here. Do a quick little check-in. Where are your abs? If you're really hyperextending your back, that's where you're gonna feel this. If you do it properly, it's gonna be a lot of glutes and a lot of hamstrings. So when you're swimming, think about it this. When you're face down in the water, you need to have the ability to get into extension, which is having this wonderful straight line here. The better off you're able to straighten that line, the more efficient you're gonna be in the water. There we go. Really think that your heels are kind of your point of contact. You got 4 left. Drive those heels into the bench or chair, whatever you got at home. That's good. Feel free to use your arms for stability. Just don't use those guys really to push off too much. Good. Let's get 1 more, John. Come up and let's drive those heels down. Drive, 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 and down nice and smooth. All right, we're gonna have you guys spin around. So head's gonna be here on the edge of the mat. So how would you set this up at home is if you have anything you connect bands to, whether it's a doorknob, a rig, chair, whatever you got, just don't lose your face when it lets go. So we're gonna grab the handles. So we're gonna do a V down here. So this is all about trying to take the hand from here to the pocket. So we're trying to strengthen up the whole backside some more. So palms are going to face toward the feet. Bend your knees to 90 degrees. And now we're going to flatten our spine out. So we're just going to create a lot of tension, a mild chin tuck. So now we're going to brace, pull the shoulders away from the ears, and now keeping the arms straight, take your hands down to your pockets. So we're going to hold in this position. And when you do this, you should feel a lot of tension in your backside, and then slowly back up to the starting position, hands over the shoulders, brace, and now drive right back down. And we're just going to get 10 here, guys. Nice and smooth, right back up. And drive. Good. Try to keep your arms as straight as possible. The body will always try to find a way to cheat. And one way it's going to do that is going to bend the elbow to shorten that lever arm. So keep those arms nice and long. And when you get down to the bottom, if you start to feel your neck turn off, when you get down here to the bottom, really try to reach those knuckles to your feet and get your shoulders away from your ears. That's good. Excellent. We got 5 left. Pull. Back up. And pull. Good. Do a quick check-in. Where's your pelvis? Is your back nice and flat? Back up. And pull. Good. Back up. And last one. Take it down. Let's get a good squeeze and hold. Hold, hold, hold. And slowly come back up. All right. We're going to have John stand back up. Now we're going to get into a fancy exercise for your shoulders. So we're going to take one of these mini bands. You're going to put it around your wrists. We're going to have John face this way. So now, we're going to use a blue yoga block. Use whatever you got. I mean, if you got a shoe, whatever. You just want to make sure you have something that you can squeeze in between your elbows. So we're going to put him in position. So right now, he's going to drive his elbows together, really trying to squeeze that block, abs, butt engaged. And now from this position, he's going to try to take his hands apart, trying to pop the band for 10, 9, 8, 7, abs engaged, 6, pull the shoulders down, 5, 4, 3, 2. We're going to relax, but don't let go of the block. And we're going to do that 2 more times. And go 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Relax. And last one, guys. And open for 10 seconds. We're really trying to just get as much tension in the shoulders here. It looks like he's not doing all that much, but I promise you, if you do this, your shoulders will be on fire. 2, and relax. Excellent, John. Good job. All right, now we're going to go through all that again. So let's swing the bench around. We're going to get back into our calf raises. Let's get 20. Let's take the blue block, put it in between his calves or his ankles, slide those feet together, and let's get 20, John. So you're starting to see with swimming, it's all about the shoulders and owning the backside of your body. You got to get those guys as strong as humanly possible so you don't break down while swimming. See if we can get a little bit higher on those. Excellent. So when you're doing your calf raises, take your time. Make sure everything's nice and engaged. Butts tucked, abs engaged, chins over the body. You don't have the turtle head poking out. Looks good, looks good. Let's get a little bit more height. Try to squeeze out as much height as you possibly can. Let's get 2 more. Last one, I want you to hold up there, squeeze out a little bit more range, and down nice and smooth. All right, let's spin around. We're gonna get back into this incline row. So scoop the sternum, so it's at the sternum at the top of the bench. Grab, grab. Let's go gun grip, index finger off. Tuck your glutes. Try to lift the chest a little bit, pinch, and now drive those elbows. We're gonna go for 10 here, guys. So if you start to try to pull your chest off the bench and you feel your lower back kind of turning on, tuck your glutes more, squeeze the living hell out of your butt, and it's gonna take your lower back out of the equation. If you want a little bit of extension, you just want it to come from here, not from down here. Let's get 4 more, John. Good. Good thing with pulling exercises, if you really think the weight is behind your elbow, you're just driving that elbow back. You're not really pulling. Last one. Hold it and come down nice and slow. Excellent. Elbows on the ground. Let's go ahead and lay back on our back. We're going to get back into supine hip extensions. So butt on this end, head on that end. Perfect. Feet up on the bench. So we're going to go legs straight. remember, this is where everything comes from. You're driving your heels aggressively. You're not just trying to pick your butt up. Take fingertips, reach toward your feet a little bit, shoulders pressed, pelvic tilt. And now let's drive up and hold. Good squeeze, feel your glutes. And down back to the starting position. Let's get 9 more for a total of 10. Make sure everything's nice and smooth. Don't try to create as much range as humanly possible, guys. Just go up so you feel your body's nice and straight. Glutes engaged. You're probably gonna feel some hamstrings here too. Looks good. If this is too aggressive in the beginning, guys, bend the knees a little bit. You can bend it 10, 20, 30 degrees, whatever it is. It's gonna shorten the lever arm. It's gonna make it a little bit easier, and then eventually work your way up to where you can do it with a straight leg. Looks good. Let's get 3 more, John. Really initiate through the heels. I can't stress that enough. A lot of people just try to pick their hips up, and then that's all coming from the lower back. We want to make our glutes and our hamstrings as strong as humanly possible. Last one here, and hold, and down nice and smooth. All right, John, let's go ahead and spin around. We're gonna get back into those knee downs. Grab the heels. All right, knees at 90 degrees. So let's flatten out that lower back, stabilize the abs. Think about pulling your shoulders away from your ears a little bit. Engage, and now pull the hands straight down to your pockets. Hold there, reach the knuckles to the feet, and slowly come up to the starting position. So we're gonna get 9 more here, guys. Don't let your shoulders rise to your ears. A lot of the time when you come up, the shoulders will come with. So just really keep thinking you're trying to create as much space between your ear and your shoulder. Looks good. 7 more. Back up. Hold there, flatten that lower back out, do a quick little check-in, and back up. Try to let those arms stay in a nice straight path. Don't swing out to the side too much, straight down to the floor. Here you go. Good. Let's get 3 more. Back up, last one. Drive down and hold, squeeze everything on that upper back, side, drive the lower back into the ground, and slowly back up to the starting position. Excellent. All right, let's go ahead and hop on up. Let's get back to that band and external rotation. Band around the wrists. That's good. Squeeze that block. Hold right there. So real quick before we start, sometimes we'll get in that kind of shrugged up position. So think about shoulders down, abs engaged, butt engaged. Squeeze the block, and let's open the hand. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Keep trying to break that band. 5, 4, 3, 2. Relax a sec. Lift up, squeeze, and open. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Keep trying to open those hands. 5, 4, 3, 2. Relax. And last one, guys. Up and engage. 10, 9, squeeze that block, open those hands. 7, 6, a lot of burn right here in the shoulders. 5, 4, 3, 2, and let go of the block. All right, guys, that's the end of today's workout. Do this workout about twice a week, and you'll quickly start to feel a difference in the why. Thanks for joining us, and until next time, remember, be strong, be mobile.